Okay, we are on. A little impromptu sort of session. I say impromptu. We, we did have like a full day's warning, so it's not like it's that big of a deal.
Well, and you planned it for last week.
And I
It's not
planned it
like
for last week. Yeah, no, but like I said, there was the mental. I had a full week run up of like, I'm doing this. That information is not in my head anymore. And I slowly reloaded over the
we
day.
ejected that nonsense.
I didn't need it. Get rid of it. My brain has not been properly defragged in a very long time as well, so that is an issue. I need to get to bed at some point in my life. Oh,
Words are overrated.
I don't know. Seems pretty rated to me.
It is. It's probably.
Okay, so episode 4. That's not the name of the episode.
It's not me.
The name of the episode is Bad Blood. All right. So, when yes, hello. Why do you always choose when I hit record to come bother me? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so
Because he wants to be a star.
apparently he does this like all the time. Okay. So, previously, last episode, the party was in a small lake town, where they had investigated an unfortunate incident that left a man dead and a young lad potentially facing execution by witch hunter. The boy was taken to the Coven of Light, where he was inducted into their ranks, and they're going to train him and make sure he doesn't accidentally freeze anyone to death.
Again.
Again, yes.
One hopes.
Yeah. The rest of the party, having had their magician friend teleport off to do this, links up back in the capital city. So you've trekked to the capital. Yes.
It's better just kind of walk there.
Well, I mean, for the most part, yes. There is a cart, but for the most part, you're probably walking. The city of Goth is pretty impressive for the most part. It's got a fairly high wall, plenty of places to put defenders on it. There are various. No, why would they have that? No, there's there's plenty of.
An excellent question.
Essentially, they're like ballista up on the walls. And yeah, there is a fair amount of travel in and out of the city as you all arrived. The tower is just outside the walls, sort of off on its own a little bit. So, did you want to go into the city to meet, or would you attempt to go to the tower?
Would probably
I
vote
feel like
city.
we would have discussed like just probably meeting in the city
Meeting the
because
that
a
makes
lot of us
sense.
don't want to meet in the tower where they teach magic because reasons.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to just walk in.
Might not be the best idea.
Do witch hunters frequent those towers often? Would we know?
I mean, frequent. I wouldn't say frequent. No. Um, the Coven of Light is a sanctioned body, a ruling body for magical practitioners, and yeah, for the most part, there might be occasional inspections or something like that. But,
In any case, I don't think we would go there.
Yeah.
I mean, the city.
I think so too.
so perhaps you would choose to meet at the Fuzzy Olive.
Fuzzy Olive.
The Fuzzy Olive.
Sounds like where we.
Is Fuzzy Olive something we have information about?
No,
somewhere?
no, you do not.
Okay. Because I don't remember it if we do.
But it is an inn that you are well aware of, despite
Is
not
that the
having anything
fluffy olive or the fuzzy olive?
fuzzy.
What is the reputation of the Fuzzy Olive? Is it like
It is a. Sorry, I'm getting climbed on, so it's. So yes, it is an inn that is frequented by many merchants, and that sort really. Not necessarily a place for locals, but a place where many travelers pass through. Got pretty good prices, decent food, reasonable accommodations.
lots of unfamiliar faces?
It's true.
Um,
And there is a bard on tonight.
Ooh, a bard.
Yes.
So, are we all there already?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think we all agreed
Yes.
to meet there. We're meeting there.
All right.
Oh, good, you made it.
Yeah, it wasn't a difficult journey. Just kind of took a little while.
Yeah, sorry. I feel like there would have been a way to plan that better, but I panicked, I guess. But still, here we are. And the boys are settled. And,
Good.
And I told them that if they had any trouble, they could always reach out to me directly, and encourage them to do that, just as a precaution.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Even the one who doesn't have magic, he's settled in. Is he able to stay at the pool also? Or?
They said they'd find some work for him, and he's obviously making up his mind. But it at least gives him a place to stay while he finds his feet.
Oh, good.
As it is, as a fisherman's apprentice, I'm not sure if it's going to be where he lands, but they have quite a bit of food that goes into the tower. One can't live on summoned food alone, and so maybe he can find another fisherman that way. I don't know. I don't think he knows.
Well, at least they're giving him work. Time being.
Yes, it'll keep food in his belly, and I think that's step one, right? Right?
Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
So I assume the journey was quite pleasant and full of very nice people.
Very much so.
That's how all of our journeys are.
Exactly.
And how did the witch hunter react in the morning? Did she?
Well, we just headed off on our journey and tried not to be noticed.
Probably for the best. I am sorry we didn't get to do that fishing trip together. I feel like it
Yeah.
would be fun, but apparently I am not meant to be a sailor.
Oh, I'm sure we can at some point.
Still have the poles, so
We
Exactly.
should bring them with you. Oh, I guess you
Like,
would.
do we
Yeah, the
still
pole.
have
Sorry,
poles?
when you said poles, my mind translated that oars, and so that's why I was surprised.
Well, it's still strange that we're like carrying fishing poles too, but I mean, I guess it's not that
No,
strange.
that's reasonable. You bought those.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just-
much more reasonable.
But
yeah.
but in my defense, it's just as reasonable for you guys to have randomly been like, "Yep, I took the ours." So,
I took as role players.
as you do.
Everything.
We don't have, like,
the
the-
ground.
We don't have the thing that makes someone carry everything this game.
It's true.
Yeah.
The mule ropes or whatever that was.
Muleback
Yeah,
cords.
Yeah, those were
So
the-
we're not taking everything.
There's
We
no-
were
no
promised a
bag of
shopping
holding.
episode at some point, so maybe we
We
can
were
Right now.
Perhaps you're
This is
close.
perhaps.
This is a city full of shops and highly skilled craftsmen. Unfortunately, your funds are kind of low.
Yeah, we haven't been paid for all of our nosing about.
It's true. It's unfortunate.
Such a shame.
Levi might have an idea though. You have a contact here?
Yeah.
Just saying.
What'd you say the city was called?
This is the city of Goth, the capital.
Okay. That's not what I have written down for a person I have a contact with, but okay.
Okay, well, I thought I told you. We discussed you. You're like, maybe I know somebody from this, and I went, oh yeah. Here, does this sound good? They're in the capital. They're an information broker. Yada yada. Is this ringing a bell?
Yeah, he just wrote Ravenland.
I was under the impression that was the name of the city.
Okay, no, that's the name of the country.
To be fair, I thought the same thing,
Yeah, I thought that was the
at
name
least at
of.
one point.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
But no, that is the name of the country.
So wait, the capital is what?
Goth.
Goth. Okay. Yeah, I definitely thought that was like the city advert.
That's okay.
I think too.
It's the
It's
last
like, oh, we're
name
in
of,
Mosquito.
What's her name? Gloria von Koff.
It's true.
She's the queen.
It's like Victoria or something.
Gloria von Koff.
Just Queen Victoria and like
Yeah.
Okay.
the first queen where I was like, yeah, there's stuff named after her. I'm sure plenty of things named after her, but that was the first one I thought of. So
Well, it's sort of reverse, where in the von Goth is of Goth. This is Goth. So,
so it's more they named the queen
after the place, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
Good for her.
She is as most people would know, she is a very stalwart woman of steel, and a gray-haired, staunch leader
Good for her.
who has done well in the absence of her husband. Not that the things weren't going well before, but still.
Well, it was quite nice. While I was waiting for you a couple days, I caught up with some of my old school friends, and they're doing quite well. One of them has even regrown their eyebrows successfully, so that's quite a turn. But yeah, she's doing quite well.
That's great.
Did you catch any animals on the way?
Yeah.
There's a market that we have. I think it's probably going to happen soon, so you might be able to offload some of them there.
Well, that'd be good. Maybe we can make a little bit of money. Do we have a plan? A goal? Or are we just kind of gonna wander on? You know,
Well-
just looking around.
about the rest of you, but my purse is a little light. I was thinking I might catch a little. Sometimes you can. Well, it's a big city, so there's plenty of work to go around.
Do a few jobs here. I've done some jobs.
We've done lots of jobs here.
Lots of jobs.
Why are you acting like you don't know where the market is?
I don't know. She just offered the information. I didn't ask for where the market was.
Well, but you need money. So you should go to the market and sell the stuff you just caught on the way here.
Bren was wondering why we don't just go to the market and sell stuff, because we've done that lots of times.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. But
Oh, fine. She didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. Speak up for yourself.
I thought we were having a lovely conversation.
are we not having a normal conversation? Did I do something rude?
I don't know. Maybe you did. She knows a lot more about, what's rude and what's not.
I didn't mean to be rude, Rumpgun.
I don't need to eat. It doesn't bother me if you don't have money.
Now she's scolding me for not having money and no food. So,
Would you wish?
I mean, should we head to the market? Or, is there anything anybody needs at the moment?
I could head to the market.
All right.
Do you sell your potions at market sometimes? Or are you
I
more
was-
of an...
I was assuming we do a little bit, but I don't know.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
You'd be able to.
Are you more of
Sure.
the single client, like exclusive kind?
No, I need to make a living as well, so anything helps. Can't be too picky.
If he resets my computer, I'm gonna be so upset.
He's gearing up. I can see it in
He's like an inch from the reset button right now.
There you go.
It's one good
Well,
cat stretch away from turning off the whole thing.
Tap tap.
If you disappear, we'll know what happened.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's head to the market. See if we can make a little bit of extra money. Find some work we can do.
Sometimes there's a job board. I've had to peruse it really. When I was working for the church, I pretty exclusively for the church, but I've sent other people there. I suppose maybe I could be like a security guard or something.
Maybe we could solve another mystery. Wouldn't that be fun? As long as they pay us.
Yes. Well, I suppose we will be paid for our good deeds in the afterlife. Saving children and things like that. That's surely would count.
Absolutely.
But in the afterlife, wouldn't it be better to have money now?
We do need to eat and have
Well, yes.
clothes.
I'm just saying, I don't regret
There are
saving
other-
a couple of children.
Right. As Emily
True,
says,
but
she doesn't need money or need to eat. So, the afterlife, you don't really need any benefits. You need them now.
In the afterlife,
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
stuck here.
What do you mean?
This isn't the end of things.
But you did.
Yeah, but I'm not.
That's what happens when you don't. Turn into her.
You're supposed to, move on. I don't know why I'm still stuck here. This isn't the afterlife.
Yeah, but
It's
this is afterlife.
Life, it's not the
She said it's not the afterlife. I don't know anything about it.
No,
I mean,
no, she's stuck here
it's-
on Earth. That's not where
Yeah.
you're supposed to end up.
See,
Do you want to reenact the end scene of Breakfast at Tiffany's?
You have an appropriately colored cat.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Yeah, but the cat in Breakfast at Tiffany's is a lot fatter.
Well, most cats are a lot fatter than this guy.
Yeah,
So,
it's not a fat cat,
Yeah.
but it's got it's got some chunk to
Got some
it.
chunk, yeah.
Mhm.
Alex is just tall and thin.
Yeah, it's not a scrawny cat.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's head to the market.
Okay.
Let's go window shopping.
Head
Yay!
to the market. It is fairly lively. Being sort of the afternoon, there's actually, believe it or not, quite a lot of sun, which is not something that happens all that often. So there is that, and yeah, you can hear a lot of people with carts, sort of doing their spiels, trying to get people to stop by. You've got a lot of other permanent storefronts as well. A few craftsmen doing their work out in the open air. Anything in particular?
How do you, like, if they were going to sell their animal pelts and things, is there someplace you could go to?
Yeah.
Was it tannery? You'd go to a tannery? Where you go?
Like a furrier's, if you were going.
Furrier? Is that what I'm?
I know it sounds a bit, but
Yeah.
A furrier is a thing.
No.
Furry is a thing too.
Now that
But
you-
a furrier.
I landed on tannery because I was like a person that.
That's
Yeah,
more of the leather skins, whereas the
Leather
furs.
skins. Yeah.
They're probably like it's probably like Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. You got a place.
I assume they're actually
Combination tannery and
maybe they're next to each other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. They share overhead,
Yeah.
But the two guilds are at each other's throats, so clearly they have to be demarcated.
Yeah, so
Is there like an alchemy related place to do that as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Definitely be something like that. There probably would be a depending on what you were looking to do, there would probably be a what you call it, a guild hall. They would certainly do buying wholesale.
Okay.
Buying for resale basically. And then yeah. So are you splitting up, or are you doing one at a time?
I'm heading to the furrier.
Okay.
Is anybody else leaving?
I'll just go with you.
I feel like we shop as one group all the time, so I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
it's
mind
more of an
shopping.
outing. I feel like it's more of an outing than like a
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
functional.
well, I would prefer here.
Let us all go.
Okay.
Great.
There aren't any monsters there. We don't need to spread up to like.
Exactly, we're always in one group shopping.
If there were monsters there,
You arrive and there's a giant fur amalgam
Yeah.
rampaging through town.
Ew. It's got like all of like the. it's like grabbing the chemicals from the tannery next door and just like throwing them at you like bombs. That could totally be a fight.
They totally could.
That
So-
could be in somebody's roleplay game. I don't think it's in this one.
It's not in this one, no.
I don't know that, but I
Not
don't expect it.
not yet anyway.
That-
yeah.
That's your cue. I'm not expecting it, even though we've just.
You show up at the furriers, and yeah, there is a tall, thin man with an even taller top hat would be insane.
Twice.
A stovepipe hat, unnecessarily tall.
Is
This
his
guy.
name Doug Dimmadome?
No.
Yes.
Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's always weird when I'm the one who doesn't get the reference.
I feel like Kristen is like, yes, somebody that watched the same shows as me.
I feel like me and Dante are usually like on the same wavelength.
Yeah, you guys probably are.
Is it just because you're like 1 year closer in age or something, and like that's
Maybe.
Yeah. The memes.
All I ever
Yes.
think of when Dinsdale comes up is just the Monty Python Dinsdale, and all that nonsense. The Terry Gilliam animation. Anyway, tall man, tall hat. Yes. How can I help you?
Hi. I'm traveling in town, and I've got some pelts. Looking to kind of offload, kind of sell. Are you interested in you in the market right now?
Oh, I'm always in the market. Let me see what you've got.
All right. So I pull out some pelts from my bag and kind of lay them out.
Okay,
These two not
so
know each other?
all right,
Do these two not know each other?
maybe. What's this going on?
Yeah, okay, sorry.
So you have not rolled for these, correct?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and roll like a survival, whatever you would have used to skin.
Uh, 124.
Not bad. Competent. Decent size. Color is workable. I could give you, say, 10 gold for the pelts.
All right. I think that seems reasonable.
We do try.
All right. Well, glad to do business with you, and hopefully I'll have some more for you in a little while, a few days or so.
Very good. Certainly beats a lot of the smaller things we tend to get in here.
Oh yeah.
There's a pair of indigents that like to bring in rabbit pelts. They do okay for smaller items, but
Yeah.
some of these are a bit larger. We can make some coats or something out of them. So there is that.
Sounds good. It's a little bit harder to find bigger animals in the city.
Yes, that is part of the problem, which is thankfully why we have trappers who come through at a regular clip. So
Sounds good. All right. Well. All right, well, we will have a good day.
very good. Okay. So your transaction complete. Are you then off to the Alchemist Guild?
Yeah.
You head off to the Alchemy Guild. The guild hall is a bit of a sight, as one may expect. It would have a fairly normal bit of construction to it, except for the fact that there are, if you count them, or even if you don't, there are 13 chimneys. And about 6 different colors coming out of those chimneys.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. There's just sort of a bunch of flues all over the place, and there's just different weird colored smoke coming out of them. But there is the telltale sign of the sort of smoking flask over the main door. And since this is something where they do expect people to be literate as well, written is also Alchemy Guild. Upon entering, there are a number of smells. Not all of them unpleasant, but enough of them are that it sort of undercuts the ones that aren't so much. There is a sort of almost a reception style desk at the other end of the lobby, and you can see from this area, it's a fairly open floor plan, very very futurist. And you can see a lot of people sort of at work, and people in long leather aprons, sort of walking back and forth with big thick gloves, and they're sort of flipping through notes and reading scrolls and tagging things and mixing chemicals together. And there is a stout blonde woman sat at the reception desk. Smiles at you as you walk in.
Hello.
Hi. What can I do for you today?
I would just like to bring in some potions if I could give them to the guild in
Okay.
exchange for any.
Can I see your accreditation?
I'm just I actually don't know if I have it with me on me.
I hand it to her.
I give it to her.
She takes a look at it. Oh, okay, very good. She hands it back. Very well. Well, we can take a look at what you've got. What are you looking to sell?
I have just a few like pain relief,
Okay.
a few invisibility potions,
Oh, okay.
and just a few healing potions as well.
Okay. Decent bit of medicine and some fun things aside. Well, okay. I think between the lot of these, we can credit you for. She's just tallying on an abacus. 127 gold pieces.
Oh.
So,
Well, thank you.
not a bad haul. Did you want to take that as in coin or trade or promissory note?
Coin is fine.
Coin's fine. That's good. Coin always works. She opens a drawer, takes out some stuff, fills a little bag. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. I will have these, sent off to the warehouse. She immediately starts getting to making sure they're all properly labeled. Tag.
Very important.
So very important. Name of creator, date, function.
Intended function.
Well, yes.
I know. You wonder how many people would just like fake, like, yeah, this is
That is part of the reason why they have you show your accreditation. If you're accredited,
Yes.
they just take your word for it because they've got your name, and they'll strike your file basically if you start trying to sell bad potions. But if you're a self-taught, like no credit at all, they'll have to sit there and take it back to the lab, test it to make sure it actually works. Okay, that was weird.
For a second I was like, did the cat finally do something? It's a different person.
You know,
No,
Andre-
it quit on me.
I know.
Yeah, y'all just froze.
Gotcha. All right, so
I
yeah,
feel
I
like
decided the best way to fix it was to hang up and try again.
Yeah,
That's-
that usually is the best way, actually.
it's computers
It always works for me.
off and on. So
That was 120. What?
127,
Well, that's pretty good.
a horribly not even number. You're welcome.
Quite a valuable skill you have there.
Yeah, it's very convenient, and it could probably help us pay for our next few dinners in inns on our travels.
Certainly.
Most certain that. Very good. Very good. Is there anything else you'd want to look at purchasing while we're here? Or I suppose
Oh,
make all the things that they have in here. So not.
just wondering, like, what do I like? I mean, are there like what are like available? I guess here as far
I,
how rare. And,
you can get pretty much anything you would want. This is one of the major sort of areas in the nation for this sort of thing, or anything really.
yeah.
The question just comes down to how much are you willing to pay for it, because not everything is going to be cheap. Although you get some good, you can buy from the wholesale area, so you can pick them up relatively cheap as a guild member. But
Are there like ingredients? I'm not really.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to shop. I'm just like asking.
yes, they will have ingredients like raw ingredients as well to be used. This is basically a one-stop shop for anybody who's looking to stock an alchemy lab, an alchemy store, or even do work and cross-check references with other alchemists of note. As you can see, a lot of work gets done just in the guild hall itself. So.
I think I'm good.
So yeah.
All right. Well,
So there's another stop I'd like to head to. I have another item, or a few items I might be willing to sell. If you don't mind, we can. Unless there's other places.
not at all. I might stop by the job board at some point. Maybe it's on the way, or maybe it's on the way afterwards.
Okay. Well, we can stop there first.
All right. Let's. I'll just stop by the job board and see if there's anything.
You stop by the job board.
of interest.
There's a lot of low-paying menial stuff. Depending on how long you were wanting to stay, you could potentially make a little bit of money, but mostly just odd jobs, sweeping stuff up, clearing out there's a collapsed house down in the poor quarter where they're looking to get it cleared out for new construction and stuff like that.
All right. I'll make a note of it and then. Okay. Well, that's.
Okay.
If it comes to that, we can come back.
All right. Well, then I want to head to my contact in the area.
Oh, okay.
Her shop.
Where is? Oh. Ha. Search function comes in huge. Okay, so you head to the Rose Parlor, which is down a back alley, and then down some stairs, and there is a door, an iron door.
Are you going to leave Kieran outside again?
Well, no, he can come in. He always forgets anyway.
Oh, that's true. There was that one time you froze for hours.
Everybody gets a good laugh at him.
Hey, you're gonna have to drag him out if he freezes up again.
Are people going to laugh at us when we go in there?
Oh no. I don't think. That's why.
Should you tell them what to do?
No.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of knock on the door because I assume it's just kind of locked and closed, right?
Yeah, you know to sort of knock upon the door. And there's a sort of thing that slides open. A pair of eyes apparently recognizes you, and the door opens. There is a gentleman, finely appointed, standing like he knows his way around a blade, at the door, and says, it's you again. Welcome. What sort of business you on?
Well, I've come to talk to Virni. You know, Vinny. Just catching up, and I've got a few things that she might be interested in.
Understood. Well, you picked bloody good timing anyway. So, I'm sure she'd like to see you. So, come on in. You've got everybody with you, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the monsters. We're all together.
That's a good idea.
You guys are following me.
Yes.
He's got the plot line.
He's got the plot. Chase him.
We're all holding on to the plot line like all the toddlers going from one classroom to the next.
Yeah.
Right. So you make your way inside, and there's another gentleman, a very tall man, blonde, looks like he's one of the Northmen. He's got tattoos on the left side of his face. Just sort of nods at you as you kind of walk past. Never got a good vibe from the guy. Still don't.
I'll give him a weird smile and let him nod back at him awkwardly.
Well, that's good. He doesn't like that. So you make your way in. And,
I smile politely at the man as I go by.
Okay. Everyone just smiles.
Smile and nod.
You make your way through.
I'm waving.
There's a number of small like booths almost throughout the area. There is very light music being played on a stringed instrument. And there is quite a lot of smoke wafting about the ceiling. And as you sort of take a peek in the occasional booth, as you sort of walk by, what? Suddenly craving pie, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, you see that you'll note the occasional person who just looks completely out of their mind. Yeah, you're shown sort of past all that. There's a lot of people sort of bustling about, servants sort of going back and forth, sort of bringing either drinks or more hash, basically. And you make it to the back, where you were shown into a small room after a very brief wait. And you see Miss Vrenny Kruger. She has dark hair, gray eyes, pale skin, short and somewhat off-putting.
Is she a burn victim?
Sorry, what that?
Is she a
No,
burn
she's
victim?
not a burn victim. No. No, not that Kruger. although she may be related.
The first, like, what was the first name again?
Yeah, it was really
Vrenny.
similar.
Rennie?
Vrenny.
Rennie with
Well,
an N.
I guess if you,
Freddy Krueger.
yes, I guess you could. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I went poking around, and those were the names I came up with, and I did actually think to check them audibly against Freddy Krueger. So,
That's fair.
but yes. She sort of motions to you as you enter. She says, just the man I was hoping to see, and so many friends.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good. That's good.
It's great to see you. You were hoping to see me?
Well, maybe not you specifically, but someone like you.
Well, I am here to help out. I also, before we get into anything else, unless it's urgent, I was wondering, I've got a. Are you interested in any teeth at the moment?
There is several pairs of teeth I am very interested in.
Well, I know how sometimes business can be helpful when you, use some of the stuff from these kind of teeth. I know I can't get rid of them anywhere else, but I know you might know some people who might be in the market for them.
You definitely can get rid of them somewhere else.
All right.
There's a standing bounty on vampires.
All right. Well,
Didn't we already collect on those vampire teeth?
I still have 2 of them for some reason, but I thought
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I was pretty sure you had turned those in off camera, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Keep rolling.
I didn't you like.
He like shuffled. He lost 2 of them in his pocket, and he's like, "And these."
And these, but anyway. So,
Yes.
what were you hoping to talk to me about?
Well, I have a little bit of a problem. Some clients of mine have not been coming through with their payments. This is bad for business. I can't have these individuals running around not paying their tab. It might give others ideas. So, it's time that these individuals were removed. There is a trio of vampires hiding out in an abandoned mausoleum over in the graveyard. The old graveyard. Basically, it's simple. You kill them, you collect their bounty. You get paid, my problem goes away.
That sounds awesome. That sounds exactly like the kind of person I'm your kind of person. And I definitely understand how that could be bad for business. Wouldn't want your business, your reputation to be hindered. You do a lot of great business in the area. Definitely taking care of people.
I do. In my own way, yes. Now, there is one thing you should probably be aware of. There are 2 thralls that they have. They mostly go about begging, I believe, throughout the city. It could be a problem for you. I don't care what you do with them. Just get rid of them, one way or the other.
Okay. Are they, can you describe the vampires or the thralls? So we have an idea of,
Yes.
Or,
The thralls... medium build, thin, sickly looking. That's the problem when you've got beggars trying to feed 3 vampires and 2 mortals. Hard to stretch that budget. The others, on the other hand, Kenrick is a tall, blonde man. Then there's Kay, sort of a medium height, brown-haired woman, and then Tomek, short, dark-haired, a bit portly.
What was that last one?
Tomek. Tomek. Tomek.
All right.
K-based names here.
I don't suspect the vampires would be too much of an issue for you, honestly. They're really minor clients.
Minor clients and rip you off? What's the world coming to?
No, you know how the poor are.
Well, we are definitely looking for, making a little bit extra money, and, I'm always happy to help you out. You've always helped us out.
Well, whatever's good for business.
Yeah.
And in this case, what's good for business is my books being clean and a good friend being that cleaner.
So as looking around, like what appears to be the business in here?
So out front, opium den.
Okay.
In back,
Just opium in here.
if you've picked up anything from the subtext of that conversation, good on you. If not, I'm not going to spell it out.
That's fine. That's fine. It's more like if Agnes looks around,
Yes.
is like, this is not.
There's not like a giant, like, what do they call it? Like exsanguinator.
This is what we do here. No, there's nothing there. Okay.
I wonder why
Core
they're-
competency business plan: take blood from mortals, sell to vampires.
Well, tell vampire, more like, is it just vampire? Like, are there just a lot of vampires in here? Or are there like other things too?
Well, it's hard to say by looking at people,
Okay.
unless they want to put on their game face, so to speak. But
I don't know if they feel comfortable in here. That's part of it, is if they feel comfortable enough to be like wearing their game face in here.
well, everybody out front seemed human, and everybody stoned. Definitely, everybody stoned was likely human. I don't know if anybody. How much undead lore do people have?
Not enough for
Yep.
an undead member.
Okay.
I have undead lore. Wait,
Yeah.
Anybody who has
I'm
a good roll
rolling.
if they want to.
or wait, is there undead lore? Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
I've got undead lore.
I have other
Where
lore.
is it? Oh,
65.
Oh no.
Nice. That's not a lot for an undead person.
It's not.
107.
yeah. Hold on, I have. Can't math right now.
I have demon lore.
Are there
You
demons?
could roll at half.
I got a 115.
115. So everybody sort of noticed, by the way, that as you kind of come through here, that well, probably actually during the conversation, more like Kieran is just kind of blanked out. So,
Yeah, it's fine.
so ladies, who are not
Oh.
dead, living ladies, both of you are aware that vampires don't really breathe, and it was very difficult for them to be affected by things like, hashish and opiates and stuff like that. So,
They don't just suck it in and just hold it in.
well, they could, and then they could breathe it at somebody to get them high. in a really gross way.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't smell good, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's stupid. Okay.
That's funny.
Oh.
But yeah, they don't really process anything when they breathe air in. Obviously, they can breathe air in order to speak. Because otherwise, they would just kind of be like,
Yeah.
not even that much, but yeah.
They are capable of inhaling.
They are capable of inhaling, exhaling. They are not capable of breathing. It has its upsides and its downsides.
Vampires in this universe fake breathing.
Yes, they can.
All right.
You could fake not breathing to be a vampire.
Very limited amount of time.
Yes.
That'll be
It
done.
You
can
have a
still
potion
be
for that.
done.
You have like a potion for that? I don't know why you'd want to, but you know.
Yeah, normally you're. Well, maybe, what if you're trying to make other vampires think you're a vampire so that you
You're
can,
like, I'm totally a vampire.
yeah.
See
How
me
is that?
not breathing?
This is a very funny episode of Angel, but okay.
Sure it is. I still haven't seen past season 2. I need to finish that show.
Yeah, you do.
That's shocking.
I know, but I do this sometimes. I'll be enjoying something, it'll be great, and then all of a sudden I'll stop without knowing why, and I'll just never go back to it.
And then you can't. Then it's like a thing to go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, maybe someday. I'm off. I'm off Independence Week. Maybe I'll get back. No, I won't.
No, you won't. Don't lie to us. You're just gonna watch the same riff tracks you always watch.
It's true. It's very true. I watch them for a good reason. I watch them so that I can turn them off in the middle of them without feeling bad. So anyway,
All right.
yes.
Well, I turn around to head out.
You do so. You're unaccosted.
All right.
Karen, let's go outside.
He's okay.
No
He does not
response.
look okay.
He's fine. He's following. He follows.
Does he follow?
Does he follow?
Kind of.
Maybe somebody just grab him by the hand and kind of like help leading him out.
I just drag him a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Like chewing, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like there must be, and I've never watched it, but I feel like there must be a scene in any one of the Fantastic Four movies where somebody goes to try to lead Mr. Fantastic by the hand and they just take his arm with them
Yeah.
for an
Yeah.
extended period of time.
That'd be funny.
They look back and he's just like, "What? Arms off."
No, I refuse.
I think that had to happen in like a comics at least, if not.
It had to have, right? Like it's
Really
too
funny.
obvious.
He was like a 5-year-old kid, you know. His mom's like, "Oh, I'm gonna cross the road." And he's just like,
But he didn't get that power until
"Oh, that's true."
adulthood.
It'd be funnier.
I was gonna leave that, even though that is true.
Funnier, you know, like, come on, we have to go here. He's like, no.
Oh my gosh, that would be the most obnoxious thing.
It would. You wouldn't be able to put the
That's why
cookies on top of the
children
on top
should
of the
not have
on top of the
superpowers.
fridge because they would just reach up there and grab it.
Yeah.
So
Nothing is as good as the Elastigirl scene from The Incredibles, though, with her stuck in all the doors, just like
Yeah.
filling the guy's face and then punching him. Yeah, here it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yes.
All right. So,
we don't have stretch powers, but we drag.
Maybe
Karen.
one day.
Is that a bad reaction?
No.
get out of there.
Yep.
Get Kieran out of there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what do you guys think? Shall we head over to the graveyard?
I think you're working for criminals.
Oh,
It might be best
As
for
we
tonight.
as we get to the hallway heading outside, Kieran just kind of like snaps to. I swear, we always just walk into this building and then just walk right out. What is the purpose of even coming here?
The drugs aren't sitting well with you, honey.
What drugs? There are drugs?
There are drugs in there, and I think that's why you forgot. The opiates. You shouldn't do them. They're not good for you.
Oh, I've never done drugs. That would be silly.
Well, it would be. That's why you shouldn't go there.
Yep. We'll say, yeah, the drugs. There's just So it's not. They're not really criminals. She's just providing a service that not everybody is okay with.
That sounds a little bit like criminal activity.
It's only criminal if you get caught.
That's
Not how that works.
very.
Well, I mean, you're all for ridding the world of evil, right?
I suppose.
Yeah, that's all we're doing. Vampires hurting people. Get rid of the vampires.
I suppose. You often kill all the poor vampires.
Poor vampires.
As in, they don't have a lot of money. It seems to be we're assigned to kill these particular vampires because they don't have money. Oh, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Verified that statement anyway.
Well,
Agnes continues to explain herself, even though nobody questioned it.
It seems in character to me. I don't know.
It stands. It stands. I did say that.
That'd be an interesting character flaw, just to constantly keep up with. Just constantly over-explaining yourself.
I feel like that's what I do.
Yeah.
Not that I meant to insult you, but also, what are we talking about?
Well, I'm in the business of getting rid of any vampire that I can.
How did you meet this,
Kruger?
Kruger? Yes.
I mean, here and there. We spend a lot of time here in the city.
Doing
Selling
things you don't get caught at.
I'm
Mostly taking in the sights.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Kieran. Yes.
Taking the sights and make a little money while we do. Well, I mean, I dropped some. It's really hard to eat nerds. Have you eaten nerds recently? Because
Not recently,
No.
but yes, I have in the past.
Just eat them out of the
several
box.
years.
It's the only way to eat them.
I
Yeah.
thought you just took the little box and dumped the entire thing directly into your mouth.
Yes.
I've never.
look at this giant.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's
No,
inedible.
no.
You cannot eat that size nerd. You have
That's
to
a
get the
veritable
little
sci-fi
boxes.
convention amount of nerds right there.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
the real big box. It depends on the convention.
It's a small regional show.
Ah, yeah, okay.
But
To the graveyard?
yeah,
In the middle of the day?
You didn't hear me? All he said.
No. This was okay. So this was answering his thing earlier.
Oh yeah,
He said to the graveyard, and no, because we got distracted with Audrey spoke up. But I said it's the middle of the day.
well, it's always good to stake out and possibly find out where the thralls are, and then they could lead us right to the vampire.
And she said the thralls would be a problem, so obviously. Well, we'd like to know what sort of problem they're going to be.
Well, they're thralls, so they're possibly difficult because
They're humans?
yes, the moral problem, I guess, is possibly what you're maybe more concerned about, but
Oh, she could just teleport them somewhere else.
Oh, Brenwyn said you could just teleport them somewhere else.
You don't have to kill them.
Yeah, she said you don't have to kill. I mean, we don't have to kill them.
Then there'll be an issue for
Oh,
someone.
the problem is when somebody's been like high and addicted to vampire venom for a very long time, it causes them, crave it. And so even if they're in a different place, possible they could just seek out somebody else to be with.
But we get paid if they leave the city.
That's true.
We don't have to kill them.
That's true. She said we don't have to kill. I mean, not that we often kill humans, but she said we don't have to kill them.
Well,
So we probably don't. We shouldn't. That's what she said, right? Yeah, we shouldn't kill them.
No.
Does the church still promote the VA?
What is VA?
Vampires Anonymous.
Oh, like Veterans Affairs? What are you talking about? Once a cat gets something in its head, it has
like
to
turning
happen.
off the computer.
He wanted to stand on the computer, but there was a box of magic cards on top, so he couldn't stand there. But then he had to just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying.
And look, it worked. Guess who moved the magic cards?
Eventually.
Right.
So I've decided to stop doing this. So, not magic, just buying boxes of cards. It's much more cost effective to buy a couple singles here or there.
Yes, I might be able to teleport them away.
Okay. Would you also, I don't know, maybe have a potion or something that would help cleanse their system from the vampire venom?
Possibly.
Because if we could just, drug them or something that gets rid of the drug, then they would just wander away on their own. Then you could teleport them and they'd be fine.
Oh, I think I might have to do that.
You can't drug somebody with different drugs to make the drugs go away? Brenwyn said that's not how drugs work, but I don't actually know anything about drugs.
What?
I'm worrying about drugs.
What is it? Just drugs in their system?
It's vampire venom. It's
It's addictive.
I mean, they have poison purification.
That could work.
Potentially, yeah.
could try it. Make it and could always see.
Oh,
Sure.
sustenance purification? That might be better.
Well, but they're not sustenance.
I think that's.
I just said the
purifying
normal
your
diseases,
before you
poison,
eat
and other similar substances. Well, one of them maybe could work.
Like a blood cleaning.
That sounds terrible.
Blood cleansing.
But you probably could set up some sort of filter to filter their blood through.
it. Kieran, perhaps
That sounds gross.
heal it if he took it on himself.
Oh.
Cured is probably there's a good butterfly going by. He's just like,
Maybe. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't like to see him addicted to vampire venom, but he's quite good at healing other things.
True. Well, let's, is there anything you would need to maybe try to make those potions to see if they work? Because, you can always try and it doesn't work.
I believe I have the ingredients for one.
Okay. Well, I guess we make our way to the graveyard, and as long as it's okay with the idea. Everybody was okay with killing vampires when we didn't know they were poor.
It's not an issue of killing vampires. It's more an issue of working for the mafia.
Oh, she's not the mafia. Well,
So
what?
Is this? She's not the mafia in the same way that crime isn't a crime if you don't get caught.
Yes.
They can't hear you.
Well, I know.
Ron would say that I can't hear.
Nothing. I mean,
She agreed with me, didn't she?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, you did.
She's just wondering what Kieran's looking at, that's all.
What? Don't tell them that. Wildly inaccurate.
I am concerned for you, Kieran. You didn't look well in there.
Yeah, no, Kieran isn't even paying attention. Kieran is legitimately, at this point, like 20 yards away, actively chasing a butterfly.
Oh,
Ian was, whenever he said he was distracted by a butterfly, like, no, he's...
Look at him. He's completely lost touch. Poor thing. I feel bad for him sense. Not.
kind of getting used to it, though.
Does he have money? Do you give him an allowance? Does he know what money is?
Yeah. He has money. He buys things that he wants sometimes. You know, there's things he likes. Like butterflies. What's wrong with that?
I don't think you buy butterflies. I think they just fly around.
I bet you somebody would buy a butterfly.
You can't buy butterflies.
If you caught a butterfly, I bet somebody would buy it from you. It was nice enough.
Or you grind it up
In a little jar.
put it in the potions.
You can. So back on the potions real quick.
Yes.
So how do thralls work?
So basically, when
I was asking game.
oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, that was a character?
Yes. So, my understanding, and I'm not an expert, but the vampires feed from the thralls, but they become addicted to.
Other way around.
Thralls become addicted to vampire blood?
The vampires give the thralls their blood, and it gives
Yes.
them a small portion of vampire powers.
Oh, okay.
That. Yeah, so the vampires feed them, and then they have special powers and things, and in particular, they can move around during the daytime, and then they're addicted to it, so they're inclined to do whatever the vampire says. Protect their source of their addiction.
No. There's a bark that can be made into a sort of poison that both harms and sterilizes the blood.
Oh. Okay.
What?
You can make this bark into a circulatory poison.
So you're saying that we poison them.
We can poison them and potentially heal them of their.
Oh, I understand. You poison the blood to possibly make it worse, to get rid of the vampire, blood, and then just heal them like normal.
Yeah, it sterilizes them by destroying any microorganisms, which I'm not sure if we know what microorganisms are in this game.
No.
But it destroys microorganisms.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh.
Do you have any of this bark?
I don't, but they probably have some at the Alchemy Guild.
Oh, true.
Well, it seems worth a try.
It's not very cheap, but it's not the most expensive ingredient.
Well, I just got paid pretty well. I'd be willing to chip in.
Oh, well, does this
Pay for all of it if it's
pay
necessary.
us for this job? Does she cover expenses? You're working for the mob, they should at least cover expenses.
I believe it'll be paid pretty well.
Would it be more lucrative to spend money to send these people basically out of town in a healthy state?
I mean, I would prefer for them to be helped,
Yeah.
if possible. Of course, it's not going to heal their minds. But
We have a few options, for healing. these people.
Well, let's go
We
see.
don't want to spend too much money on this possible bark because the thralls don't really matter that much. We're probably not going to be reimbursed for any expenses like this.
No,
But
there's no bounty on thralls.
yeah, the bounty's on the vampires, not really the thralls. They're annoying and, once dealt with, but that's not really the job, So,
Well, let's go look at the bark then and see if we can afford to buy it. That'll help us make the decision anyway.
okay.
To the alchemy place.
Yes.
Here, we're
What's
going
the
this
name?
way.
Hey, Bronwyn, look what I caught. Comes back with a butterfly.
Are you holding him in the right direction? No.
I'm vaguely pointing it at, generally at Levi. Just kind of assuming you're somewhere in that general vicinity.
Yeah, usually.
What is the name of this root?
It's Tenaga bark.
Tanaka,
Eyanaga.
What is the typical price of this? So I don't have to look it up.
27 gold pieces.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Oh, that's not. I could pay for that.
Yeah, like I say, it's not the most expensive. Like the most expensive on here is like 1200, but like
Oh,
Yes.
it's also not the cheapest because there are a lot cheaper poison things on here.
yeah.
Right.
Or we could even pitch in if people care that.
Speaking of cats trying to turn off our stuff.
So are we going shopping, or
Yes, shopping and then investigation.
investigating what?
Some bad people in the graveyard hurting people. You gonna go see if we can stop
That sounds dangerous.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
it is.
Oh, okay. So that line always trying to see if we can reach something.
Yep. Those vampires again, out to get people.
Seriously, vampires don't exist.
Well, that's what I just like to call bad people.
All the bad people are just vampires,
I feel like you've been gone for several days and I have forgotten what it's like to travel with this group.
Has it been several months? I guess so.
Yeah, remember, because she left us in the town.
Yeah, she teleported away.
Adam,
Yeah.
not
For
here.
just a couple days, yeah.
But yeah, probably trouble.
That's why we're used to it, but she's not.
Yeah, exactly. I've been used to Kieran for like a while now. It's like, yep.
Yeah, I feel like
He's just like that.
now I'm not anymore, so okay. This
And when we find these
I stopped
vampires,
asking questions.
what are we supposed to do with them?
we're going to give them some tea.
He's
They're-
good, right?
I mean, that sounds much more reasonable than what he usually says we're supposed to do.
Yeah, he is reasonable.
Why are we giving them tea?
Well, you said you were going to make a tea out of the bark. We're going to give it to
No. I said it was you can make it into a powder
Well, put the powder in the tea.
for blood.
Or do we give them to them in
It'd be,
sunlight, right?
it'd be quickest to stab them.
We went from a normal person's interaction with other people to right back to Levi's kind of idea of what we supposedly do all the time.
My mistake. I
was also
I guess
under the
I
impression
assumed you had a bark and that you were going to brew it into a tea.
Yeah, I was with you, Agnes.
Yeah, the
I mean-
sterilization effect acts whenever you make it into a powder.
I mean, if you it goes into your
And they
stomach.
have to. It has to enter their blood.
Yes.
I see.
Okay.
Or a circulatory system somehow. Ingesting it would be the longest way to do it.
Out of everything, what about having them snort it? Doesn't that do it?
I mean, that would also do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the quickest way. Coat your knife with it. Coat something with it.
Yeah.
Stab them. Quickest way.
But then they attack you.
Yeah, that was what we were trying to avoid.
Well, to be fair,
When you say it's the quickest way, what's this? If we did it the slow way, like if they ingested it, how long would it take to act?
Depends on how good their digestive tract is.
If you just hold it up to their face and then clamp their mouth shut, so they have to breathe through their nose, then wouldn't they just...
There are a bunch of
So we
things.
throw it
If
at
we sat down next to them and shared a cup of tea, they would drink it.
Yes.
Without any fuss or bother.
Have you ever met a thrall?
The woman said they were begging
Yeah.
and hungry. We
Well,
sat down and shared a meal with them as a kind person helping out a beggar. I'm sure they would drink a cup of tea, and if we had to wait a day for it to work, it would still not cause a scene. We wouldn't have to attack random hobos in the street. I'd like to come back to this city at some point.
Kieran's looking around like, why are you people so weird?
I don't know.
I mean, I was for the team idea.
That's an idea, I guess.
But you don't have to wait for them to be healed before you teleport them away.
That's true.
What's true?
Well,
My point is true. I think it's quite reasonable, and I do want to come back here. That is true.
Would I give the purification potion as tea? Would that be a better idea? Or along with the powder in some way?
We just dump it all in one pot and see what comes out on top.
Yeah.
Wait, so what does a purification potion do?
Neutralizes any poison in the system of one target.
So that would just neutralize the bark.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would work.
Work together.
Not do
Cancels
that
it out.
Just
Kinda
canceling each
cancel
other
that,
out. They're just drinking bark water. Like,
just really bad.
You know, all you do when they 18.
Is the purification potion enough on its own? Are we
That's
wasting?
kind of what I was wondering.
all right, so we'll do purification potion tea, and if that doesn't work, we poison.
Would it still cancel it out? Or I guess it does
Why?
now.
Depends on how long the purification
We'd be
potion
able
lasts
to
in their
tell
system.
if it had worked.
Why are you doing this to random poor people? And
Not random. They're very
No,
small.
we're giving them tea, Kieran. We are.
Somebody has already poisoned them, Kieran, and we're trying to find a way to get the poison out of their system.
With
well, that's
tea.
just awful.
It is. It's very
Sounds like a very potent tea.
No, the tea is good. Tea is a good thing.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Why don't we go see if we can find these people first? I don't
Well,
know.
let's go see if they're selling the bark first.
That's you, yeah. Step one.
All right. Let's see if we can find the bark.
Find the bark.
You head back to the Alchemist Guild Hall. It is still open, and you come back in, and the woman at the desk smiles at you again. Oh, you've come back. Need anything?
Yes, we were actually on our way back, and we realized we were looking for some ingredients. Do you happen to have a name of Ninaga bark?
Tenaga.
Ninaga bark? I'm assuming in character I knew that. I just did not.
I kind of like the interaction of just being
Exactly.
Tenaga.
You did.
I don't work with it very often.
Remember these
I think
things
it-
for you. I feel like
Exactly.
I mean, that is his job, right?
It's,
So
it's a
Yes.
plan. So I'm really into it.
she pulls out like a ledger. She starts thumbing through it. Just 1 second. I wish we'd have had this thing alphabetical. It's so much easier. Oh, here we are. Tenaga bark. tricky substance, but you know what you're doing with it, so I think that shouldn't be an issue. We do have a few doses on hand. How many do you need?
Um, two. I would probably be fine.
2 doses? Very well. Um, actually, well, for 2, it would be 20 apiece, but I could do you 3 for 18.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, always good to have some extra.
Okay, well, that's that 3 would be fine. Thank you.
So, yes, that's 18 each.
54.
So yes, thank you.
Mhm.
54 gold. She sends an apprentice off to go find it. Comes back not too much later with a jar. 3 bits of bark in it. It is a
Okay.
yellowish looking bark. Don't correct me, Dante, if I'm wrong.
I don't know what color it is.
Okay.
I just know
Yellow now.
'Cause I'm not the one looking at the entry, and you might be. So
It is.
Not a
It is
thing,
a bark that grows in a cold climate.
okay, it's
That's
yellow.
all I really know. So it's yellow now.
At least it yellows. At very much. At the very least, it yellows when it dries.
I'll
Okay.
put it in my pouch.
There you go.
All right. Awesome.
Right, well, it was nice that they were in stock.
That answers one of our questions anyway. Now we need to just find them, I suppose. Seems like a job for Branwyn.
Finding some beggars.
And possibly, Rizal, you still have those invisibility potions, don't you?
True. I was also thinking, not that we want things to turn violent, but if we're worried about, getting caught stabbing a person, I do have,
I have problems with
bow.
just the stabbing of a person, not just getting. Why are we? Stabbing seems so extreme.
I know, exactly. I was saying,
Spirit, I totally agree.
yes.
I do have these blow darts.
Yeah, there's blow darts, there's arrows, there are more obscure ways we could get, if worse comes to
Yeah, my problem
worse,
is
we
with the
could do that.
stabbing. We're stabbing from a distance. That is still stabbing.
True, and hopefully it doesn't come to that.
No, it's just administering medicine, not stab.
Long distance medicine.
It's a little pinch.
I mean, I don't ever remember taking any medicine ever, but I'm pretty sure when I've seen you take it, Bronwyn just yells at you and tells you to take it. I don't think you've ever had to be stabbed with it.
Well, this poison in their system might make them a bit.
Fair enough.
Just-
Well, if it's poison, why wouldn't they want to just get rid of it?
That's exactly what we're going to do.
Because it's the poison impacting their ability to think clearly.
Some people don't know they have poison.
Fair, I
It's
guess.
best to not stab them, Kieran. I completely agree with you. We should not be stabbing people.
All right. Don't worry. They'll be fine. Well, let's head to the graveyard and see
To
if
the graveyard!
anyone's milling about there or around there somewhere.
Okay.
Some people usually beg in the town square or near the church.
That's true. Brenwyn said people usually beg by the church or the town square.
Yes,
Well-
but I don't know how to tell. I suppose we do have a slight description of them. We could look and see if there's often quite a few beggars in this town.
True.
It's a good point, though, Branwen. Maybe we should just walk through the town square while we're there.
See if there's anybody. Maybe.
You head off to the town square. Perceptions, please.
Ooh. See,
161.
163.
Oh, I see how it is.
I think that
55.
what
105.
Where's perception at again?
It's like
Awareness.
under awareness.
Okay. Like 245.
Good lord.
I can see
Well,
through the walls.
I rolled 100, then I rolled a 98.
Oh god.
Well, don't you have to roll again then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then I rolled like a 30, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Bonus?
All right.
My bonus to perception is like 15.
Yeah, very
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Which just makes rolling that well all the
It
funnier.
happens to be that the butterfly he was watching just flew in front of the exact thing we were
Exactly.
It landed on the guy's nose.
I will point out, though, here's the funny part. Kieran has absolutely no idea what the description is of these people we're looking for.
You're just like, there they are. Those
Yep.
guys look weird.
You said we're looking for homeless people, right?
You found him.
that guy's aura looks a little shady.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Continue.
So yes, you shockingly, you actually most of all of you, spot the guy, someone who fits that description fairly accurately, off on in one of the sort of side areas. There's quite a few others around as well. Kieran, oddly enough, notices a little wisp of blue energy coming up out of the central fountain of the town square.
I will totally follow it.
Okay. Kieran walks over to the fountain and looks in, I assume.
Mhm.
And you notice in the fountain, sort of in amongst all things, there is a sort of metal cup.
Gin and pick. I mean, is it? Are we talking like cup that's clearly here for people to take drinks from the fountain?
No, it looks kind of
Or,
like a goblet. It's like an iron goblet, which is weird because it's not rusted.
Okay, I'll reach in and pick it up.
You reach in and pick it up. It is wet and full of water.
Kieran, what are you doing?
Blue vapors were coming out. I don't know. It seemed it's not rusty.
He holds up an iron cup.
Okay.
I really don't think those opiates are good for him.
I mean, if you want to keep it, that's fine.
What's an opiate? Wait, isn't that those disgusting things you were talking about before? I've never had drugs.
No.
And you shouldn't. That's a nice cup you found there, though.
Ian, anything in my energy site about this cup?
Yeah, there's like wisps of blue energy sort of swirling about the cup.
Well, I mean, can't you guys see like all the blue stuff coming off of the cup?
Nope. Looks like a cup to me.
It's wet.
Can I try
Power perception.
power perception?
Sure.
No.
Oh gosh.
No.
I will power perception it.
Okay.
So I rolled a 1,
Oh,
and then
Roll
I rolled
again.
a 2.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, that's the preferable way to go.
Exactly, right?
Good old -1.
And then with my power perception, it's like a 14.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
No, you don't. You do not manage to open your third eye at all. Your third eye
good.
is blind.
Got poked.
I got there eventually. It took me a while to think of that one, but we got there. Did Agnes have a result?
I know. 115.
115. Yes. The you notice essence magic, very light essence magic at work on the cup.
Oh. Oh, I do. Oh, it's magic.
Really?
What kind of magic?
Essence.
Don't you have a spell that detects like the kind of essence spell?
I have some sort of
It'd be magic. It's just shiny. I mean, like, it's not like I have any magic or anything, so it can't be that. It's just you go the blue swirls coming off of it.
Well, maybe it's worth selling. Maybe we could trade it in, or if you really love it, maybe you could keep it. Neat little.
Oh, there it
souvenir.
is. Yes, I do. I have a spell for detecting the thing.
Okay.
It's level 1 spell.
Okay.
Detects an active spell or item from
Yep.
the essence.
Okay. And this detects it. So okay. I guess we can give you a little bit of info on it.
One. Oh, I guess it's.
Specifically, magic of the water law persuasion.
Is it just a refilling cup?
Is it a refill? Yeah. Is this just a?
Do we just drain their fountain?
Dump it out and then
Yeah. Is the fountain going dry?
It's not going dry, but the water level inside the basin of the fountain is a little bit lower than it used to be.
Oh. Oh, it's powering the fountain.
Oh.
I have to put it back.
Well, it's
Put it
technically
back.
not, but okay.
Well, it's refilling the fountain, one presumes.
In point of fact, it's actually extra, but it's just more water
Wait,
than it's
okay,
used
so-
to having. Yes.
I pour the
is
cup
water
out.
level
I
still
put the cup.
reasonable? It's just not high anymore.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Okay.
not as high as it was. It basically because when you make something like this, right, you don't necessarily fill the water all the way up. If it were to rain while it was at full capacity, it would then spill. So but yeah, it was keeping the water level higher than.
Gotcha. Okay, I was thinking that the water level was already like.
No. It's not like it's draining. I say it's
And now
slightly
it's way
lower.
lower,
Like
okay.
it's. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, you could probably keep it if you really wanted to.
Free water cup.
Seems interesting.
Is the
Okay.
water that's in it pure? Is there a way to check?
I dump out the water and I pull the cup back up.
Okay. Well, the water, the cup is full of water.
Wow, that's
I drink the water from the cup.
Oh dear.
Tastes like
Oh,
clean
okay.
water.
Seems good. Though I did just realize this would probably be really hard to pack.
Yeah.
You have to pack it upside down.
Is it
No,
constantly
no,
full of
don't
this
do that.
Maybe we could make like a lid for it. A
Putting a sippy cup thing on top.
yeah. We do like a sip cup thing.
Good idea.
Oh, that's been invented like that. You
Oh,
could
no.
any cup.
Gosh.
That's what you need.
There you go.
They make these these sippy cup lids that are made
Yeah.
of silica. And
Yeah.
you just put over any normal cup.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So just invent silicone, and then
I mean, you could probably use like a liver of something.
Surely, if we go to the alchemy lab again, they will.
They probably already have silicone.
There's
It's fine.
some gnome somewhere.
Someone there already.
we don't have gnomes.
Well, if we find gnomes, they've got it.
Okay.
You know they do.
Fair enough.
Someone there has
First they
it.
invented gnomes, and then the gnomes invented.
We have. One might be looking for gnomes, but we have no gnomes.
Oh.
So
No.
Is it like double gnomes?
yes, it's like when
So
you
again-
have. It's like when you have to make a fantasy creature, you take an animal and you put wings on it. But then, what if you want to make a mythical bird?
You just put
More wings.
Yes, you have 2 pairs of wings now on a bird.
Use more wings.
Well, I believe that might be the homeless guy we were looking for. That point.
The description. So, how long will it take for you to prepare the bark?
We just
yeah.
like crush it.
I just need to crush it, yeah.
We have a what's it called?
Mortar and pestle.
Yes.
And if the purification potion's already done, might be better to try that first.
One day, I want to run a game for somebody, and I want to have them look through the equipment list and see mortar in there and get all excited, thinking it's like one of those like bomb things.
That's why I didn't fully say that. Like, I always think I'm saying it wrong. Like that's why I didn't want to say it.
That would more likely happen that somebody would get distracted while writing mortar and pestle in their inventory, and then 20 seconds later they'd be like, "I blow them up with my mortar." You're like, "It's right here in my inventory. I clearly picked up a missile launcher at some point about it." And then we blow them up because nobody remembers what we did 20 sessions ago.
It's true.
Be right back. Need to let the dog out.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
So yes, we give them the purifying potion. But my question is, how do we know if it's worked?
I don't think they care.
Redmond doesn't care. I don't think I care either.
Well, I think if we know it worked, they'll realize that they're being poisoned and walk away.
Oh. Okay.
Will they hurt from being poisoned?
Well, no. They're poisoned by the vampires is what I mean. They'll realize they're being hurt by the vampires because they got purified of the poison and the addictive properties of it.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
too.
It's the purification thing, not the poison thing.
Yes. But I'm not entirely sure how addictions with thralls work. So it might be more of a mental thing than the actual poison thing. In which case they won't walk away and they'll just repoison themselves.
True.
That's my concern. Is that it won't heal the habit.
Yeah, I'm not able to make a potion that strong yet.
So
But-
my theory is if we give them the purifying potion, we would have to seclude them from the vampires. So we would have to convince them to basically be under our care, and being the what is basically none in this game. Agnes, you will have to basically be a proxy for the church and be like, "Hey, we want to take you in and take care of you," and we'll have to convince them of that. That's my theory. That's my idea, at least.
I suppose. I mean, use Levi's plan of just teleporting them far enough away that
I mean,
they go back
how far can you teleport?
30 miles if I have enough time to prepare.
That's a day and a half, and
There should be enough time to kill the vampires.
but it won't be enough time to cure their addiction.
No, but
They'll just come back to the city and find another vampire.
this is true.
you have any like mind wiping spells?
No, of course not.
That would break the law.
Of course not. Couldn't you just like make them forget?
That would break
That
the
is
law.
quite wrong
What?
and immoral.
I mean, Kieran forgets all the time.
Yes, but who's making him forget things?
I don't know what's making him forget things.
Oh, you don't know?
Things.
They would be punished for it.
Oh,
It would be mean. Poor Kieran doesn't
What do
know where he's going half the time.
What are you talking about?
You
we're
know,
helping
sweetheart.
about the vampire.
Do you not know why he forgets?
Just doesn't like, you know,
Guys, I don't forget things.
just like the world to be a happy place, right?
No.
When it's not a happy place, you make it a happy place in your mind.
So, speaking
I have no idea what you're talking about.
mental things here. I do have 1 dose of a very rare herb.
You can brainwash somebody, or just
No. This is one that you can just eat. You don't have to stab anyone. But
Do
there
you
are-
have it, or should we go back to the alchemist?
I have it. It's very
Okay.
expensive and it's very rare. Well,
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's not very rare. It's just very expensive. But there are some side effects to this. What it does is it cures the mind, and basically cures mental disorders.
Oh.
But the side effect is you are unable to move for anywhere between 1 to 6 or 1 to 10 weeks.
Oh, jeez.
But you're in a hallucinogenic state, so you don't mind.
Yeah, but
That's
So you're poisoning them to give them more drugs.
Yes,
Don't we need to move them out of the city?
yes,
okay.
but how
We'll give them the
long
purifying
do thralls
potion, and I will
last? Like,
attempt to negotiate with these poor people and see if they're willing to give healing a chance. I feel like that is all that we can offer a person, and all of these other solutions are just an unwillingness to address the issue, which
So,
I was
So,
engaged in.
if
So
we
I'm
are
very
going
sorry.
to do, if we're going to do the potion route, we should know where the vampires are in case they say no. In which case, they'll probably tell the vampires that people are like, "Hey, they're trying to take us away."
yeah. I was under the impression we weren't going to tell them that it's a purification potion. That we were going to try to just get them to drink.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. If we cure them physically, we kill the vampires, and then it'll be easier to handle it because they can't directly go back to the vampires. We can say, your masters are gone, and we'll help you move on instead of just, hello, we're a bunch of random people.
Yeah, here we're trying to cure you. I feel like
we're
that
living
would
on the street, so it can't be that great.
raise some alarms.
we could kill the vampires first.
Yeah, we could. But, I mean, we're here. So, you guys want to just go give the guy some tea?
That's what I thought we would do.
All right,
Yeah.
At least that was like plan A.
Plan A, give them tea.
sounds good. Are we 100% sure it's the right guy?
No. It could just be a random fat guy.
Oh, thin guy, but yeah.
Thin, yeah,
Thin
it's supposed
guy.
to be thin.
It's a thin guy.
One of the vampires. That.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Okay, well, somebody should go be nice to the homeless guy, I guess.
Rizal should do.
Rizal. Brennan
Why me?
do it. She picked you.
Well, why me?
You have such an innocent face.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
you're right. You seem like a nice person. You seem like the kind of person that would help a homeless person.
Oh, well,
I
thank you, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a compliment.
Yeah,
She says this is a compliment. You're good.
okay.
I would probably scare the homeless guy.
Yeah, probably, yes. So wait, there's just one by himself?
Yeah, here, what we'll do is we'll buy you a sandwich and him a sandwich, and you can say, here, I'm having lunch. We can share.
Okay.
We do that. We buy
We
sandwiches.
do that.
All right.
And the rest of us will stand over here looking very impressed by Kieran's goblet.
Well, it is really nice.
Yeah,
So
it is very nice. Okay,
So while we're buying the sandwich, I'm going to just like put a leaf on the sandwich.
What's the leaf?
It's a Gallinus leaf.
What does this do?
It produces smoke that relaxes at a -75 for 1 to 10 rounds.
Would you not need to like set
this
the
another
leaf
thing
on
that-
fire?
It's an ingest. The
Oh,
leaf
really? You
produces
ingest
smoke,
it, and then it makes smoke after you ingest it.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
it's not gonna cancel the things out again, is it?
It's not a poison.
Okay.
It's a
Main question answered.
It's a relaxant.
Okay.
You're a little trying to drug the homeless guy.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to make this easier on us at a -75.
I'm just trying to like think of this like you ingest the leaf and then it smokes, and then you get high,
Does
and so
it
like
mean that you're
smoke
supposed
is
to
like
ingest
coming out of your
the
mouth and
smoke?
nose.
You know what? It might be just smoke, so that might not work.
Oh, that probably makes more sense. Yeah, you
That
smoke
makes more
it.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's listed as ingest because you're taking it in.
Yeah, you're still taking it. Okay, never mind. I don't do that.
Okay.
The other way around is really weird and somehow not entirely like.
It says leaf produces smoke, which relaxes
Well,
minus
is it like
75.
tobacco where
I
you
read it
like
as the leaf actually produces the smoke and not the smoke the leaf produces.
Mhm.
Right.
Is the heartburn of relaxation?
That's not a thing.
I'm pretty sure that's just death.
Goodness. Okay.
So
So
I don't put the leaf on it.
there is a sandwich, and the sandwich
There's-
has Tanaga powder on it.
No.
No, that's
It's just a
plan
sandwich.
B.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
All right.
Normal
Just
sandwich.
making sure this is not a drug sandwich. This is a normal sandwich.
Normal, it's a decoy sandwich, is what.
It really
Well, it
is.
certainly distracted me. So
See, it's working. You're controlling the guy. He will also be distracted by this.
yeah.
It's going to work. Okay. Okay, I approach the guy.
You approach him. He is sorry. One of the problems with the way this sort of ends up working, since Adam sends me notes through Discord, I like have to actually like keep clearing all the notifications I'm getting to make sure that I'm seeing his notification. So
Sorry.
you're okay. I just needed to respond to someone who doesn't understand what tabletop role playing games are. Anyway,
That's a sad life.
yeah. I like TTRPG. Is that like an app or something?
Yes.
I should have just said yes.
Or something.
No.
The answer
Yes,
is
you
or
can
something.
subscribe.
So
Like and
anyway.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe, yes. You approach the guy. He is sort of sat, sort of a little bit kind of hunched over, and he's got like a cup, not like an iron cup full of water, but he's got like a wooden cup. He's got like a chunk out of it, and he's kind of it's not a little bit like a Muppet. It's not like that.
He's not a Muppet.
He's not a Muppet.
Oh,
That's
unfortunate.
good for the Muppets. They shouldn't be vampire thralls.
And yet, like Kermit has been a vampire on occasion. So
Yeah. They shouldn't. But he should be a vampire, not a vampire thrall.
he bit Vincent Price.
Oh, I didn't know who that was. I saw a gif of it, but I didn't know
Oh,
who
did
that
you?
was.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Vincent Price was a very popular horror actor. He played Dracula, I think, a few times. Which was why
He's the guy with like the very creepy voice. Like sometimes he'll do like poetry reading.
he's very I love he's got a very cool like unique sort of read. I know in one of the Scooby-Doo reboots, he was like their boss. It was very strange. It was like later on, and like I think like all the popular characters, well, actually the entire cast is popular. What am I talking about? But like Freddy and Daphne and Velma like moved on, and like it was no, it wasn't all like it doesn't matter. The point is they had a Vincent Price stand-in as like their weirdo boss guy who also did magic and lived in a weird castle, and like sent them to go investigate crap.
With like like in a crystal ball or like a little bubble.
I think he might have contacted them through a crystal ball occasionally. Yes.
Oh wow,
that's the part I remember.
But he was a fun character. If you're gonna throw somebody, I mean, the Scooby-Doo gang has had like every celebrity in their show at some point.
If
The
I
Harlem
were
Globetrotters,
I would totally be in Scooby-Doo.
Harlem Globetrotters multiple times.
Yeah.
I still remember the Mamas and the Papas were in one episode. Mama Cass featured very, very prominently in the episode. She was on a grapefruit diet, and she had like 18 grapefruits at the end of the episode with whipped cream on all of them. That was her grapefruit diet that she had been talking about the entire time.
Rude.
So it was Mama Cass. She played that card up like that's part of her act, kind of. So, but anyway,
All right, but sandwich and potion, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, so
sandwich and potion.
Excuse me, sir. I just was in the market looking to find somewhere to eat. Would you like to have lunch with me?
Okay, sure.
Hand them food and drink.
He takes it and chows down happily on the sandwich. Ah, yes. Okay. I saw the GIF.
Very important.
It's very important to see the Kermit biting Vincent Price GIF. Yeah, so yeah, he just sort of tears into it. Really, no pretense. And,
Does he drink?
Yeah, he'll slug back the drink too. Yeah.
Perfect.
So, how's your day been going?
It's fine. It's fine. I got a few coins, so that's good. And the sandwich is great.
Yes. I give him a few coins as well.
Oh, thank you. This is so nice of you. He's talking through his sandwich.
Yes.
Do you think it's going well?
I'm not sure how important this cup is to the fountain.
I gotta look up fountain.
Yeah, Agnes is just like, she's like, oh, you look busy. And then she's like, well, I really want to make sure we're not breaking this fountain. just
very concerned about that.
He like measure the water levels and see if they're going up or down.
All right, so I'm gonna go over
Yes.
to Grizel and the thrall.
Yeah.
And then just gonna yell their conversation to
As I just can't wait for another ghost to be like, keep it down out there.
Yeah, how many ghosts are in this like very busy city? Are there like
That's
lots of
true.
them?
You haven't really seen any yet, but the sun is still out.
But it is getting closer to evening, right?
It's closing in, yeah, but the sun hasn't dipped totally yet.
Okay, so this isn't lunch. This is like dinner.
Yeah.
I said dinner.
Well,
definitely.
that's fine. Yeah. I don't think he cares.
Also, I
He
didn't
just
realize
had
I
a
was going to be a spy. I don't know what questions to ask him.
Wing it.
So,
Believe in you. You got this.
You got it. Small talk, small talk.
So, where do you
What's up?
stay at
In
night?
here.
Do you have somewhere to go?
Are you in this side of the city often?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back here a lot, and when I'm not, I go out and I like trap
Chris?
rabbits occasionally.
Oh.
It's hard to catch sometimes, but you can catch them if you know how.
Yes. Well, if you catch any more rabbits, you can sell them right here, and maybe that could
Yeah.
help you out during the day, and maybe you can even make a living.
Cut in on your business.
Yeah. Putting it on your fist.
Well,
Yeah, I do. Well, it's like selling the fur and stuff. Which is cool because like you can't eat the fur, but you can
No.
eat the rest of the rabbit. So I do that.
Yes,
and
yeah,
then,
it's very,
I sell
very
all the
true.
fur.
Killing two birds with one stone, definitely.
What about no? There's no birds.
Those are harder to catch, yes. But then forget what I said. It's fine.
Okay.
But yes, it's good to see. Yes, have you lived here your whole life?
Mostly.
It's a really boring conversation. Not much support.
Yeah, the sandwich is actually very good. I was expecting it to be good, but better than I even imagined, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You have
Mm-hmm.
a good evening and be safe.
Thank you.
I'll leave.
You leave back to the group, I assume. Rosella returns.
I think it's okay to keep the cup.
what did he say? Did he say anything about
Thank you.
guard or anything?
I mean, I didn't want to be too suspicious. His behavior didn't change. I guess it wouldn't take, I guess there wouldn't be any effect that soon.
I
I mean,
guess.
is there any way anyone can, like, see or, like, magically attune if he's any different?
It depends on how long we want to stay in the city and wait to kill these vampires. We're killing them at night. There's no reason for me to do this. But I can do the same thing I did to the vampire hunter, or not the vampire, the magic hunter.
Yeah.
Track their presence for 24 hours.
No, you and I could follow people really easily without getting caught.
That's true. Yeah. We could follow people really easily.
You're saying just follow him back to. We know where the vampire lair is, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go there. And he comes, hopefully he's healed by then.
And there's two of these thralls, right? Do we know where the second one is? Did I mishear that?
There are 2, yes. The other one is not here, so we don't know.
Do we think the other one is guarding the? I suppose there's only one way to find out. We could just go there.
Yeah.
Discover that.
Go there and see what there is to see. Do we have more of this tea if it did work for the second one?
I made 2. I can make another.
Okay.
But that was just 1. But I made 2 for the second one if we run into the second one.
Okay. Just have it on hand if needed.
Yep. Okay. Well, it's a little late. We've gone for about 2 hours. So I think we can go ahead and put a pin in this, and when we come back, hopefully we can wrap things up. So, thank you for
All right.
All right.
Listen. See you later.